Greetings of peace. Welcome to Finding Peace. Taking that opportunity to slow down and be aware, reflect. And this season, I can't help but pay attention to the change in weather and how that affects me. To be aware that, wow, my body's changing, it's adjusting. It's not so comfortable going through some of the adjustments that come with winter. But at the same time, I try and look at, well, what are the lessons here? If I'm feeling, quote, under the weather, what is a lesson that I can draw from that? What's a wisdom that I can draw from that? And so one metaphor or example that I'd like to call upon is what are the trees doing in the winter when the leaves have fallen off? Is it just a dead tree? The way that it was in summer was very energetic, green leaves, that beauty of that summer and even the fall, but then it becomes barren and the roots are highly active at that time. So the roots are going for their nutrition in the earth, digging down into the minerals and drawing up, storing up energy and power in a way that we don't see. So then I have to tell myself, well, I need to check my nutrition levels then too. My vitamin D, my magnesium, so forth, to bolster up my immunity, to bolster up my internal resources. So that's on a physical level. And then spiritually and emotionally, how do I become comfortable or accepting to the fact that this is a time of reflection? That I was listening to a brief talk that said, when I have downs in life, perhaps there's something I need to get while I'm down. There's some gift or awareness that I need to gather at that time. So in life, sometimes there's a pressure to always have to be up, always have to be cheerful. And I'm not saying be a downer on people, but to acknowledge that, in our moods, in our states of life, there's a wisdom and a purpose. And even though it's a darker season, there's less light physically in the season. Wherever there's awareness, there's light. Awareness is a type of a light that you can carry with you through any state. And to cultivate the strength of your awareness, it can be it's a very powerful gift that human beings have, that we can contemplate, we can reflect, we can focus. So then it becomes, again, what is our focus? Well, what are we choosing to focus on in this time? Where are we asking to pay attention to in these times? Where are we going to bring the light of our awareness? This speaks to the fact that human beings, we're able to gather in meanings and interpretation in our hearts and our souls. You may be sick and you can have one interpretation that this sucks. This is horrible. This weather's horrible. These gray skies are horrible. And that becomes your interpretation. That becomes the self-talk or the talk to life that perpetuates itself. So that self-talk, that dialogue, or monologue, what are we saying to life? Or I can ask myself, well, what is the wisdom of feeling this way? What are the messages here? That I may be feeling this way. Okay, so what do I need to gather? What minerals are deep within me? When your body has the right mineral balance, when your soul is engaged in learning and growing depth, what are the benefits? Well, each of us has the responsibility to find that. It's not something that I can necessarily tell another person, but I can listen. That power of listening, that when you open your heart, you open your mind to your own heart and allow it to expand. Sometimes the heart can feel very restricted. Our minds can be very restricted and frustrated, and it sends us in a tizzy, like, oh God, I want to get out of this. This is uncomfortable. So there's a need there, but what are the possibilities in your heart to expand your heart, to expand your awareness, to focus on the depth of the heart, that beneath the earth is this water running beneath the earth, especially in Michigan. So much water there. Okay, that metaphor for sustenance, that metaphor for life. So what is that pure essence and water of your life? That clarity that lives within you. It may not be something that other people can see apparently on the surface, but if you have it, if you have access to it, if you have access to the light in your life. Another metaphor about the winter is that it's not necessarily a season to go out to the picnic, you know. It's that season to gather with a warm fire, a fireplace, to eat foods that are warming for your body, to keep the light on within, to huddle, to come together, to build those relationships. People dread the seasons in our culture too. Oh, I have to face my family. Oh no, you know. But to approach that with an open mind and heart is like, what's the wisdom? How can I keep my light sound? How can I keep it accessible throughout these intimate times when I'm interacting with relatives? What am I going to learn about myself? How can I make peace with myself, even if there may be some chaos of the past? What are the new memories I want to create? And it's a beautiful thing, that metaphor of the spring, the water from within. When an inspiration comes from your heart or from your mind, your deeper subconscious, whatever you want to call it, that these new creative solutions come out, these new approaches and perspectives come out on how to communicate, how to listen rather than exert, how to listen for the wisdom in others, how to draw out the wisdom in others, how to draw out the beauty in others. There can be such an emphasis in our society of ego as I'm the big one, I'm the one that has all the answers. But I found that the real masterful people are those who can draw out the wisdom in a situation. They don't come fully loaded with a perspective. They're able to open to what the season's calling for, embrace it, and find that inner joy and peace with life, with relationships, with themselves, with you could say the higher power, or however you conceive the wisdom and highest good for humanity. To look for that, to affirm that, and to also draw from that dark time where what are the minerals, what are the what is the content or the meanings that I need to reflect on and bring my own private light to, that candlelight, that warmth from within, generate it within to sustain through this winter season that we're entering. So meditation is an opportunity to orient ourselves, to become familiar with the unfamiliar, to heighten our awareness of what's happening in our bodies, what's happening in our minds, what's happening in that deeper depth of ourselves. What's that resonance and pattern that is calling for our attention when we slow down? So my hope is that we'll be supported through this darker, colder season, that we'll find an internal well of support, of light, of awareness, that we can grow in relationship to our inner life, in relationship to our intimate friends and family, and the new people that perhaps are come into our lives that need to feel connected, that need someone to reach out to them with a little bit of warmth, with a little bit of awareness, with some compassionate ear to bring them out of alienation, isolation, bring them into community. All right, so we'll spend about 10-15 minutes in some meditation practice now. And just allowing your senses to turn inward, being open to that deeper resonance within yourself, within your body first and foremost, that awareness of the breath, opening up to the pattern of the breath with a intention of inner compassion, openness to the light of the breath, to the support of the breath, the gift and presence of breath. Lungs expanding and releasing. Just as the tree releases oxygen, taking away carbon dioxide from our environment, so the lungs, like a tree within us, that exchange of breath, life force, appreciating the branches of the lungs extending forth, exchanging. Sense of awareness and resonance building through the breath, following the natural course of the breath from the lungs into the heart. An open, non-judgmental presence, awareness of the heart, appreciating its resonance, its its energy, its resilience. Recognizing the radiance of the heart as it receives the breath, resonating within and through itself with energy, with light, with life force. That the heart is like the sun is to the planets, radiating forth. The heart is to the vital organs, to the bloodstream. Tremendous unity, a tremendous harmony within the body, just to observe and appreciate the whole, the radiance, the presence. The water of our being carrying iron, that iron carrying the oxygen, resonance, intelligence. A reverence and respect for that sensation of life force radiating through the body, through the crown of our head, at the crown and top of our head. Over and around, through the forehead. Not controlling, but simply appreciating that resonance over the eyes, over one's face, relaxing into that sense of resonance, presence. Over the ears. Each breath as if drawing from an ocean of potential, an ocean of compassion, forgiveness. Over one's cheek and nose. Down and through the chin, over one's neck. Breathing in and through that presence of life force within and around us, upon the shoulders, down the back of the head and the spine. Appreciating that field of energy within you, attending to it with your awareness, respect, and reverence for life, intelligence, the beauty and harmony of it all. Allowing your awareness down each vertebrae of the spine, column of energy, information, and knowledge that passes through the spine, column of light. Back up into the shoulders and through the arms. Each breath bringing support to your entire system, through the elbows, through the forearms, into your wrists, palms of the hands, palms open and raised to the heavens. Appreciating that sensation and resonance reflected from the heart through the palms into the fingertips. Back up into the sternum. Breathing as if each of your cells, each of your pores, breathing in harmony with you through that awareness over the rib cages, back into the heart, through the vital internal organs, through the abdomen, down into the hips, over the front of the thighs, through the backs of the thighs, resonance and unity building through you, that awareness into the knees, down through the calves, over the shins, through the ankles, that energy resonating through the feet, the bottoms of the feet, the tops of the feet, into the toes, as if the toes sitting at that shore of an ocean. Back into that sense of the heart's energy and awareness. When the heart is in peace, a sense of expansion, spaciousness, depth. As if your heart and mind in unity and reflection like a mirror to the creation, to reflect upon the horizons of the earth, the clouds above, and above and beyond the clouds, those blue skies. That continuous dressing of light upon the earth, that vision of the sun, the edge of the atmosphere, as far as you feel comfortable to reflect, permitted to reflect, beyond those blue skies, into that dark majesty of the solar system, galaxies, universe. A sense of freedom and resonance in that presence, coming down into the color of green, the color of the earth. The color of the garden, timeless garden. That fragrance and freshness of the air, breathing from that beauty of the garden, presence of trees, grass, and then beneath that garden, the presence of water deep within the earth. That water, a pure essence within our lives. Appreciating that sense of unity, harmony, extending that good intention within and around us. That beauty and generosity reflected through the earth, through the water, through the greenery of the earth. Extending that intention of compassion, goodness, love, strengthening us, supporting us. As we slowly open our eyes back into the intention of the day,